General has fully recovered. I've read his report and the letter you wrote. Not only did you calm the crisis here, but now it's opened up new possibilities for the Empire. My employer was thoroughly impressed, and so am I. Apologies if I offended you. I thought all mages loved praise and acclaim. But it seems you did what you did, because it was the right thing to do. And for that, I commend you. Before we continue, let me explain the purpose of my visit first. As a delegate of the Empire, and a personal representative of my employer, I need to take over all administrative management of Brimstone Village. Also, I need to reassess the current situation in Brimstone Village based on your report. That's not to say we don't trust you, Magister Merlin, or the General, but it's because of our own requirements. No, it is better to be clear, so there's mutual trust between us. I reiterate that I fully trust you and General Hogan. However, I also need to judge the facts here with my own eyes, so I may need to conduct my own investigation of everything. An in-depth understanding of the situation will help with future analysis and strategic decisions going forward. The Empire's policy toward Brimstone Village may also change. My employer also needs other perspectives to get a complete picture of what happened here. Meet them directly? All right, let's do that.
Are you two done talking, Magister? Hammy and Chippy have a bunch of things we want to tell you.
All right. Let's get this done first, but make some time for us later.
Hey, Magister! And the Envoy Lady! All right, let me first introduce myself. I'm Zany, and I'm currently the Chief Tinkerer of all things crafted here in dear Brimstone Village.
It's an honor to meet you, Miss Zany. General Hogan and Magister Merlin have already told me about you. You're a technological genius with ideas that are ahead of your time. Moreover, it was with your assistance that General Hogan was able to escape safely.
That was nothing. Oh, here, let me introduce you to Hyla, the person now in charge of Brimstone Village.
Greetings. It's a pleasure to meet you, Madam Envoy. I heard that you're interested in our newly developed materials and processes. I'll show you around and introduce you to what we've been up to.
Greetings. I've heard of you. You're the weapons expert in Brimstone Village, and a renowned blacksmith. When you were still accepting private commissions, any sword of your craft and your signature was beyond valuable.
You're too kind. That was many years ago.
Oh, I haven't introduced myself yet. You can just call me Evie. Is it okay if I refer to you two by your names?
Go ahead, Evie. So, is there anything you want to check out?
Well, there are many. Some things may seem a bit trivial.
Don't worry about it. Just tell us and we'll do our best to assist.
Chippy didn't expect us to be separated for so long.
This is the first time we've been apart for so long. Next time, we have to stay together.
Although we all know that the Magister is super powerful, Hammy and Chippy will always worry.
Yes, you briefly mentioned a few things in your letter to General Hogan, but it was too short. Can you give us a full, detailed account of what happened?
Oh, that Alara is despicable. How could she hurt Felly? That's right. She deserves the ending she got.
I can't believe dragons actually exist. What's worse is that they suffered so much.
Oh, Chippy can't tell which is worse, dragons or dwarves. Was Queen Saralith a bad person or a good person? This story is a bit confusing.
Well, I don't think it's possible to judge her as good or bad. Not everything is black or white. Although I had guessed that the assail came from the Dark Forest, I didn't expect there was such a complicated history behind everything.
What are the assail going to do now? They're cursed, and the dragon flew away.
There has to be another way. Although the Magister can use the Sylvan Tendril to lift the curse of a single person, it will be difficult to lift the curse of everyone in South Thorin.
And we still have problems in Brimstone Village. Chippy's head hurts.
Don't worry, Chippy. Evie is here to solve all the problems in Brimstone Village. Let's check the situation first.
Yes, but why is Evie's attitude toward Zany and Hyla different from the Magister? She treats the Magister all polite and proper while being all friendly and familiar with Zany and Hyla.
Because the Magister is already on the Empire's side. She just needs to show the proper respect and get things moving forward. Like a coworker from a different bureau. But the dwarves in Brimstone Village could be considered her opponents in upcoming negotiations. She needs to put on a smile and butter them up before they have any serious discussions. Well, I've always watched the Magister handle these situations with ease.
But Chippy doesn't think that Zany and Hyla consider Evie their enemy or anything like that. With just a few words, they're treating her like a true friend.
Well, dwarves are straightforward. Hyla is a very professional and technical individual. She probably has no idea what's going on. However, Zany could be hiding her true feelings. In short, we need to keep our wits about us. I think Zany should gain the upper hand during negotiations.
If that happens, Evie may ask us for help.
Apologies for getting caught up with the two ladies over there.
Right on cue.
Zany shared some fascinating insights into Brimstone Village's current operations and its key mineral veins. I suggested we visit the mines together for a closer look. You should be more familiar with the situation here in the village. Do you think you can help investigate this side of things? Thank you for your assistance. Here are some things that need confirming. First, how do the common folk now view past events, the resurrection of a god, and the betrayal of the Empire? Have their sentiments softened or soured with time? Second, have the primary forging materials truly been replaced as Hyla claims? Or is that merely a convenient tale to veil the truth? Third, both Zany and Hyla have spoken of recent attacks on the village. Do these assaults stem from outside forces, or are they orchestrated from within? Yes, during our talk about the village's defenses, they mentioned a troubling rise in unexplained attacks. Apparently, one such assault took place right at the village entrance. I mean no offense in doubting them. Yet in Savannah, it was not uncommon for merchants or nobles under scrutiny to employ such ploys, crafting misfortune to stir sympathy, which is why your insight is vital. Should these claims be true, we stand ready to offer help without delay. Your judgment, paired with General Hogan's assurances, is good enough for me. I'm leaving this in your expert hands.
She says she trusts Zany and Hyla, but she still doubts them. She claims to believe in the Magister, yet invokes General Hogan's name for assurances.
In Hollystone and on the way here, Evie was very nice to us. Why does she sound so sinister when you say it like that?
Well, not everyone is a pure-hearted idiot like you, Chippy.
Oh, Savannah and its nobles are really scary.
That's true. And it feels like we're working for free again.
I remember you. You're that mage from the Empire. The one who's friends with Zany. Fine, I guess. It's not like I'm going to become rich or become the village chief at this age. It is what it is.
All right, mister. Do you recall Eldric's plan to build a temple and resurrect Hathor?
I may be old, but I haven't lost all of my memories. I've been underground.
Well, after all that's happened, we'd love to hear what you think about this plan now.
Anonymous, huh? Well, I'll tell it to you straight then. That Eldric was a stone-brained dolt, a cocky fool who got what he deserved. Who cares about old gods and ancient empires? It's been thousands of years. Serious craftsmen and tinkers worry about technology and the future, not resurrecting the past. Look, Hathor is gone. As dwarves, we will always honor him and keep our faith in his memory. But if he is resurrected, who can say if it's truly him, or some twisted abomination of what he once was? Let's be real. Most of those who followed him down weren't there for some grand resurrection. They were just after building a temple to Hathor, or digging up Echorite. Not many of them bought into the resurrection idea. Most people in the village understood. Well, Eldric was scheming and plotting all day. Echorite was pretty useful, but it couldn't last forever, could it? Honestly, he should have been replaced ages ago. He spent all his time blabbering about faith, just like those light bearers. Full of hot air, nothing more. Now Zany and Hyla are in charge, and I'll give them credit. Things are running smoothly enough. Still, the future feels a bit uncertain, doesn't it? I've got my worries, I won't deny it. Dropping Echorite and making us chase after this new war. Feels like we're being pushed into something we might regret. But this isn't really my field, so I'll leave it at that. All right then, I'll be on my way. And don't forget, I want to stay anonymous.
Huh, what a fiery old man! But Chippy thinks his attitude isn't so different from what most people in Brimstone Village are feeling, right?
Well, these folks don't know much about the old empire or magic. They just want to stick to their crafts and have no patience for all this political business. Yes, I've heard from Evie that it was Eldric who established trade with the Empire and secured contracts with the royal court and the army. Though Zany's talented with her inventions, it's clear she's still a bit lacking when it comes to handling business or political matters. Well, I've noted this part down, and I hope Evie can help Brimstone Village look ahead and plan for the future.
Magister, we've done everything that Evie asked of us.
To begin with, none of the villagers believed in Eldric's plan to revive Helthor. With Eldric gone, no one is going to try again.
Right! Then there's the matter of the new ores. Echorite has indeed been replaced by Celestrite.
Let's talk about the scale we found. With that type of shine and texture, I feel like we've seen it before.
It's very familiar. Shippy has seen it on Alari when he transformed.
Magister, we need to tell Evie and Zany at once.
Let's hurry to the mine. They might be in danger.
This is our victory!
Scared me to death. One of them just pounced on me out of nowhere. Aren't these monsters from South Thorin? What are they doing here? Yeah, I used to watch over the mines, and occasionally saw a few of these things. But it's strange to encounter this many here.
The destruction found in the village must have been the work of the corrupted Assail. Things will get more dangerous if they've increased their hunting range. It's unclear if the attacks will spread the corruption among the dwarves. But getting injured may be unavoidable.
So, what do? We still have a lot of work piled up.
Don't worry. We're going to report everything to the envoy.
You mean the Light-Bearer Envoy? Okay, I guess. Just please help us.
Our findings cleared up most things. But the attacks on the village are going to be a bit troublesome.
I see. I'll also share what I've learned. While Hyla may lack the qualities of a traditional leader, her expertise as a technical director and project overseer is undeniable. That said, I must say that Zany possesses a more natural aptitude for guiding the village. While both have their merits, neither is fully equipped to manage the village's unique challenges. Luckily, administrative management is my area of expertise, and now we reach the delicate matter at hand. No doubt a few folks suspect me of trying to seize power, but rest assured, if I wanted a coup, I'd have brought better stationery. My duty here is to assist. If their usefulness to the Empire wanes, I'll act to mitigate the fallout. But so long as they prove valuable, they'll have my full support and help. Yes, I agree. Although they have great technology and new resources, some problems can't be solved through technical means. Well, first things first. I'll need to officially approve and endorse these mineral findings. Then, double-check that all our Imperial buyers and distribution routes are secured. Can't have any gaps in the supply chain. Yes, the current attacks definitely need to be dealt with. After all, the villagers are subjects of the Empire. Matters concerning the safety of our citizens cannot be ignored. The problem lies in the fact that these monsters are from South Thorin. I was officially appointed to oversee the affairs of Brimstone Village. South Thorin, on the other hand, is a new, unrecognized country. No official communication channels have been established yet. I'm not in a position to interfere, let alone make any promises as a representative. Given my employer's standing, even well-intentioned contact might be misconstrued as exceeding one's authority. I'd like to ask you all to go to South Thorin to investigate the reason for the escalating attacks by the corrupted Assail. Are they doing it intentionally, or just unable to stop them? Every piece of intelligence we gather today becomes leverage tomorrow. The Empire will decide South Thorin's fate based on facts, not rumors. And my employer intends to help shape that decision. It's up to you again, Magister Merlin.
going to serve you any longer. I'm free!
Need I remind you that it was my gracious decision to elevate you to my service? Were it not for my generosity, you'd never have set foot in the royal city. And now, you dare think of leaving?
Guards! Seize this insolent wretch at once!
Calm down, both of you. Yelling won't solve anything. Former lord or not, the rules are plain. Everyone's equal in South Thorin now. Servants can choose to leave. Best accept it before you embarrass yourself.
Yes, I have accepted it. Being a man of honor, I complied with the new decree. I even went above and beyond, drafting a proper contract for her domestic service. And unlike others, I had the decency to pay her wages in advance. Yet, after barely 2 days, this insolent wretch dares to flee. The contract is clear. If she breaks it, she must face penalties. I demand restitution.
Madam, is everything he said true?
Before the law changed, I was under his thumb for years. This is just compensation for all that time I worked for free. Besides, his contract was unreasonable. I don't accept it. They say you can actually make a living up on the surface now. You really think after surviving this dirt hole, I won't find work topside?
At least finish cleaning my house first.
Okay, calm down. Madam, has your curse been lifted?
What are you talking about? I'm cursed?
It seems you haven't read the announcement on the notice board. Ha! It's good to see you again, Magister Merlin. As one of the parties responsible for all this change, it'll be easier for you to explain things. Yes, if you go to the surface without having your curse removed, you'll be corrupted.
That's horrible. Let me reconsider everything then.
You can reconsider things while cleaning.
Get out of my face! I ain't working for you ever again!
Hey! Don't go! Come back! We're not done talking!
All right, calm down. She won't be leaving South Thorin anytime soon. You go home and wait. We'll try mediating and see if she wants to work for you again. Magister Merlin, although it's great to see you, why the sudden visit? Well, the captain should be in the square at this time. You should check if he's still there.
Everyone, please be quiet. We'll take questions one by one. Let's start with you. You had a question. You said something about Captain Indris letting the dragon escape.
That's not what I meant. I just don't know what I'm supposed to do now. It's all his fault. If he hadn't caused this mess, I'd be working my hardest trying to get into the city. Now that I want to go to the surface, he's here to stop me. What does he want me to do? Die here or something?
Yes! And he let the dragon fly away! Doesn't that mean we won't have any divine dew left? Without the dew, won't all of us be afflicted with corruption? We can't live without it!
And you? Did you want to say something?
All I know is that the situation is dire. Corruption is everywhere, more than ever before.
Well, the divine dew is still being distributed, and order is still being maintained. I also have not received any definite reports of increasing corruption.
No, listen to me, Imperator Ravion. Many souls have succumbed to the corruption, and it takes hold faster with each passing hour. The only difference between now and before is the rationing of the divine dew. Could the dew be the source of the corruption?
What? Then I'll throw it away! I won't drink anymore! I don't want to stay here! Let me go to the surface!
Everyone, calm down. Keep your divine dew, or the situation will get worse. I share your concerns, truly. But in these trying times, we must stand together and not let suspicion divide us. The dragon's departure was inevitable, yet we need not despair. The divine dew shall sustain us for some time still. Our reserves will sustain us through the time required for us to lift the curse. The reports of increased corruption shall be investigated without delay. I'm dispatching my most trusted inquisitors as we speak. But you must all stand firm. Unchecked hysteria will undo us faster than any plague. Now, please return to your duties and respective posts. I give you my word that a definitive response shall follow without delay.
Ah, Magister. So, you saw me make a fool of myself. I'm not good at dealing with these types of situations. Everyone has their own ideas. Yet the words they speak may carry a different tune. It doesn't help that sometimes they're at odds with themselves.
Their voices ring loud across the square, true. Yet order demands wisdom. We cannot bloody our hands each time tongues wag too freely. So, my dear Magister, to what do we owe this unexpected visit? Surely not to witness our entertaining attempts at governance. As you say, these days demand we sort even catastrophes by degree. So, tell me, what particular disaster brings you to my door?
Recent reports indicate a rise in attacks by the corrupted on Brimstone Village, and the frequency appears to be escalating.
Yes, the corruption. One need only recall the unseemly display in the square to see how deeply it has unsettled the people.
Though our forces are stretched thin, the distribution of divine dew continues without delay. The rise in corruption is concerning, but we have not let it surpass our ability to respond. Our true concern lies elsewhere. After relaying my observations of the surface to the assail, many of them developed a strong yearning for the world above, despite repeated warnings that the curse must be lifted before any can venture to the surface. They remain deaf to reason.
The people interpret our prudent advice as coercion. Our honesty seems only to fuel their distrust. It's beyond comprehension.
Taking advantage of the lack of guards, many people ignored our warnings and went to the surface on their own. As a result, their curse took effect, and they soon became corrupted.
The address in the square was intended to calm the public, to persuade them to exercise patience until Indris can present a remedy for the situation. Yet I fear our counsel goes unheeded. Even now the Whisperers weave their dark tales. They say this is the surface's eternal curse, that we are fated to dwell forever in these sunless caverns. Some even dare to reminisce publicly about my mother's reign, longing for those simpler days when blissful ignorance passed for peace. They clamor for rights and freedom, yet flee from obligation. Such is our nature. But let me be clear. Should anyone dare drag this kingdom back into the shadows of the past, they will learn the weight of my resolve. No true tomorrow exists for the assail until this curse is lifted from our bodies. Ah, yes, the Sylvan Tendril. Sage Tasso's ancient relic that purified Indris and Feli from the curse. This is the crux of our dilemma. A single Sylvan Tendril, and you alone capable of wielding it. Should we proceed at this glacial pace, Salthorin will crumble to dust before a fraction of our people are cured. Yes, this can't be the only relic with this power. The Dark Forest may have answers for us.
Yes! When we were in the Dark Forest before, we encountered so many magical things. Maybe we can find some clues there.
A journey to the Dark Forest at this very moment. Perhaps a brief delay would be wise. There are matters I must first verify within my mother's records. We should leave no tome unexamined, no record unchecked, before we proceed. There exists a certain manuscript in the palace. Its pages may hold the answers we require. I propose we investigate this lead first.
Truth be told, I'm no scholar. I'll leave the research to those with keener minds. I'll hold the post here, settle what's left of my duties, and then join you once all is in order.
For the record, my mother possessed a temperament so composed it bordered on frigid, and the words on the manuscript reflect her stark iciness. Though it may appear detached to the untrained eye, this manuscript represents, by my mother's standards, an astonishingly biased, distressingly passionate, and bitterly resentful outburst. This, in turn, proves that my mother's hatred and resentment were unlikely to be false. Yes, though how exaggerated, we may not know. The sentiment's authenticity is beyond dispute. Well, I was already aware that we share a common lineage with the Wilders of the Dark Forest. This curse and our long exile is also not new information. However, I must confess that the revelation of Misati herself casting this curse was quite surprising. How could a god so exalted and revered stoop to cursing her own descendants, to banish them from her domain? However grievous their transgressions, this manner of divine retribution strikes me as unorthodox, to say the least. And in the manuscript, my mother's intense discontent reads as nothing short of righteous indignation, almost as if she had been wronged. Is this the reason my mother mentioned? What exactly happened in the Dark Forest? To think they were condemned for protecting their homeland? No, this reeks of some deeper intrigue. The truth has always been buried beneath convenient lies. If you ask me, a goddess in her righteous fury could have simply obliterated them outright, or, at the very least, commanded her faithful to carry out the judgment.
But instead, a vicious curse was cast.
Yes, why do it in such a roundabout way? If the gods wield power beyond mortal comprehension, why resort to something as petty as a curse? This reeks of deception. Indris, I have a task for you.
What are you scheming?
This matter demands immediate attention. You need to personally venture into the Dark Forest and uncover the truth. The curse was lifted from you, and you alone may walk the surface world. This makes your duty clear.
Yes, your help would be invaluable, Magister. This matter concerns the survival of our people. and I'll be in your debt once again.
Well, your debts are no concern of mine. You make sure to settle your own affairs, like a proper gentleman.
I'll leave the safety of Salthorin in your hands.
Yes, yes, understood. It's time for you to be off.
Oh, Magister Merlin. I see you've brought a distinguished guest. Would you do us the courtesy of introductions? It's a pleasure to meet you, Captain Indris. Since the Lightbearer Empire and Salthorin have not yet established formal diplomatic relations, I appreciate this opportunity to talk as private individuals. Please just call me Evie. I'm curious why you're here together.
Salthorin is currently dealing with an increasing number of the corrupted. We believe that the recent attacks on Brimstone Village are related.
So you're saying that the current attacks are just a precursor? There could be a sudden mass attack of these crazed creatures pouring out from the ground. That's too scary to imagine. The reality is that Brimstone's defensive capabilities are woefully inadequate. Even the heroic Order would struggle against a threat of this magnitude. Well, this is a win-win situation, isn't it? I'll leverage every resource at my disposal to help. What do you need? So you're planning to go to the Viduso Mountains? You can use my ship if you want. You've been on it. It's faster and more reliable than most ships. For an urgent mission like this, time is everything. And she'll serve you well. I'll be staying in Brimstone Village for a while. So you can use my ship as much as you like. I hope your efforts will soon uncover a means to break this curse. So there is peace and security for both sides.
Thank you, Evie. Salthorin won't forget the Empire's help. We're deeply grateful. Here, the world feels quiet and warm, bathed in sunlight and scattered with flowers. The clatter of workshops and the marks of industry seem far away. This place brims with natural life. It's nothing like Brimstone Village or Salthorin. The residents wear peaceful smiles as if they are one with the very nature around them. Are they truly the same as us? The assail of the past? It's hard to believe we were once a people who lived in such harmony with nature. It feels as though I'm looking at another version of myself. A self that had never been cast into the depths below.
Don't lose heart, Indris. We're here to find a way to lift the curse. Once we succeed, you and all the Assail can be like them.
Hammy is right. But Chippy also thinks that Salthorin is super special.
Thank you for your kind words. I won't let sadness weigh me down. Magister, let's go seek the Sage's counsel. Spirit Mound. What manner of place is this?
Oh, it's an altar to the Deer Spirit. A sacred place where the Deer Spirit once appeared. I recall that during the crisis of the Lucent Tree, the Magister and Lorsan sought guidance from Asarti at that very spot.
Oh, Indris can go directly there and ask the Deer Spirit. We can solve the Assail problem in no time.
Things aren't as simple as they seem, Chippy. The last time the Deer Spirit showed herself was because the Lucent Tree was damaged, and that was nearly catastrophic for the Dark Forest.
Yes. The thoughts of the goddess are hard to grasp. Rather than rely on uncertain miracles, it's wiser to consult Master Arden first. I hope that the Sage's understanding of history can provide guidance to the Assail clan.
Go, my friend.
Victory gleams like the sunlight.
At Alona's warning, I came swiftly with Brian at my side. I did not expect to find you here, along with our new guest. A guest in your company who managed to startle Miselind. I can only assume this friend hails from somewhere unusual.
Master Arden, I am called Indris, born of the Assail clan of South Orin. 2,000 years ago, my forebearers left the Dark Forest. Apologies. But the tale of my people is so tangled that I hardly know where to begin. Magister, could I trouble you to help explain it to them?
This is even more tangled than I expected. It seems you've had quite an incredible journey together. As for the matter of lifting the curse, I cannot offer a direct answer. Yet, the events of that time are indeed recorded in the secret chronicles of the sages. In the time of the First Divine War, the gods and the Hypogeans met in fierce battle at Veduso. At that time, the humans had not yet united under the banner of the Lightbearer Empire. But alongside Jura, they came seeking aid from our people. The war had not yet touched the Dark Forest, for the Lucent Tree's protection kept us safe. Yet, after careful deliberation, the sages of that era weighed the risks and benefits, ultimately deciding to dispatch an elite troop with the Sylvan Egg to support Jura and the humans. Back then, we were also governed by the three sages, and if I recall correctly, it was Sage Tassa who led us during that time.
Wait, what? Sage Tassa was Feli's ancestor, and one of the very founders who helped Queen Serelith establish the city of South Orin.
Indeed, the Sylvan Egg you once wielded, which holds within it a fragment of Misati's divine power. The Wilders of that era bore this sacred relic to aid Jura, a testament to their unwavering sincerity. It was mainly composed of a select group of dusk patrollers. Their captain was said to be a formidable woman.
A formidable woman? I cannot think of anyone else more formidable than Serelith.
Our chronicles do not go into detail, but based on your history, it could be her. The battle unfolded with little difficulty, and Jura swiftly sealed the remaining Hypogeans. The Wilders, who had gone to offer their support, returned home unscathed. However, the Hypogeans infected the Sylvan Egg with a parasite.
Master Arden, you never mentioned any of this.
Scared you, didn't I? But yes, oh dear. It seems I've startled our guests as well. Magister Merlin might get the wrong impression about us Wilders.
To be honest, we're all scared by what you said.
It's not the time for jokes, Master Arden. Let's get back to what you were saying. I've never heard of the Sylvan Egg being infected by a parasite.
Few remember this chapter of history, and even the records speak of it only in passing. It is said that Misati, upon learning of the parasite, was enraged and personally severed the tainted part. Thereafter, a curse befell the Wilders who had the Sylvan Egg and took part in the battle. You should already know the rest of the story. In theory, if that part has not been wholly infected by the Hypogeans, it should yet hold a fragment of Misati's divine power.
The Sylvan Tendril. Could it be?
Unbelievable. This is, without doubt, a part of the Sylvan Egg.
So, a part of the Sylvan Egg was really severed, and Misati did it herself.
No power of the mortal world could harm any part of the Sylvan Egg. It had to be Misati herself. But it's strange. I can't feel any of the Hypogeans' taint in the Sylvan Tendril. Magister Merlin, can you sense anything?
Not only that, Magister Merlin used the Sylvan Tendril to lift the curse from Feli and me. That's the reason I'm here now.
This is indeed puzzling. I cannot believe that Misati would pass such harsh judgment without just cause. The chronicles offer no specifics on the parasitic process, but they do note that Jura did not make use of the Sylvan Egg.
How did the Hypogeans infect the Sylvan Egg?
This is the very heart of the mystery. The records also hint that Misati's wrath was not solely aimed at those wilders, but also at Jura. This very point has sparked debate among sages throughout the ages. For Misati is known not for her rage and vengeful spirit, but for her kindness and tolerance as a goddess.
The only thing I recall is the time the Magister and I defeated a Hypofiend inside the Temple of Helthor. It was hidden in the divine bow of the dwarven god Helthor.
Though Hypogeans and Hypofiends differ in appearance, they are fundamentally the same. Yet to dwell within a divine weapon and remain unharmed, that is rather unusual. Rather than speculate any further, perhaps it's best we seek the answer straight from the deer spirit. Though the curse has been lifted, he remains barred from stepping onto the Spirit Mound. The Guardians of Ivory Shade, the Mistlin, and even the messenger butterflies are blocking his path.
So, even now, we who were cast out are still turned away by Misati.
All signs point to a deeper cause for this resistance. We must uncover it before we can proceed.
In this matter, we must entrust the task to those whom the deer spirit favors more. Bryon, seek out Aaron and have him return.
Aaron has been journeying of late, and his whereabouts are uncertain. I shall have Elona seek him out and deliver your summons.
Very well. As we await Aaron's return, guide our guests through these lands. Let Indris, above all, walk the soil where his ancestors once roamed.
Understood, Master Arden. I shall do my utmost to guide them well.
Thank you, Master Bryon. I'm also eager to learn how this place differs from Salthoran.
Great! Now we can all play together!
Stupid Chippy, stop thinking about playing all the time. Indris, there's no need to worry about Salthoran. Ravion is there managing the city.
You're right. Thanks to you all. This chance to set foot in our ancestral homeland holds great meaning for me.